Hi, Brenda here, back with the purse mini. Let's start with what I forgot when we were discussing what we needed. I forgot to say ink. I ink the edges. You don't have to do that, and a snap like this. So this is a little two-pronged snap. You poke it through the paper and fold it over. In this case, you do that before you line it. And on this side, you do that from the inside, and I just covered the metal pieces with the charm. So that's probably what I would do here. I couldn't find my snaps, so there are ways to cover it from the inside. You can do a charm there, or cut a circle of matching paper so that you won't see the inside of the snap. So that's how I intend to close the purses, with a snap. So I wanted to talk about the cover. I've glued two pieces together. I'm making multiple books, so I've glued many of them, together. I think I said before that you need to overlap 2 inches. You can't overlap 2 inches. You won't have enough room for all the pieces. So pieces look like this. 2 big ones, and then 3 smaller ones, 2 5/8, and then the smaller ones I think I had at 2 1/4, but I've cut them down to 2 because I want it to be bigger on the bottom and smaller on top. And when I made a sample, it just made a difference when I trimmed off that 1/4 inch. So anyway, there we go. That's what I did with the cover. I use score tape, and what I was going to say is I actually use a ruler and I lay out my pieces and line it up and make sure everything lines up just perfect. And I use 2 pieces thickness of the chipboard to put down in between so I have the right spacing. Because if you get this part wrong, once you've put your score tape down and your chipboard, then you're stuck with it. So it can really be helpful to draw that out on your cover to be very clear. Okay, so let's talk about page assembly here real quick. When you cut this down, you've got, let's see, you've got a 5x7 card and the matching envelope that goes with it. So you cut off a piece off your 12x12 paper at just 1/8 inch under 5 inches. So, and then 1/8 inch under the 7 inches, and the piece you have left fits perfectly into the envelope piece with no trimming. So it's pretty awesome that way. Okay, so that's how that works out. You end up with a strip. I made 2 books out of the 12x12, so I'm cutting 2, and then I had a strip left, and I used that to cut my corners. So I made a stencil for the corners, and I cut those. So you pretty much use every scrap of paper, which is very cool. I like that. Okay, so this is what I do with the envelope. Take an envelope. I'm going to work so you can see upside down. So you take the envelope and you turn it upside down. So you want the flap, which would normally be up here, at the bottom. Okay? And then you, I believe we are, let's just check. We're at 2 1/4 inches here, our little flap here. So you can't do it this way. It won't fit into the hole. You have to do it this way. So from the bottom to flap, okay? And then 2 1/4 inches over that way. And then, you know, this will be how you stick your photo in. So that's how you fold that. And let me show you how you do this part of it. Open it up and then just give it a fold here. So you want this piece right here to line up with this bend. And then you just want to cross this line just a bit. You don't have to don't come to it, go over it, because you want it to be nice and clean when you fold it over. And then give it a lick. Use that glue. Seal that down. Pull your little score tape off here. And then just fold that over. And there you go. Oops. So you've just sealed this part of it. And you have your little pocket where you slip your photo in there. Okay? And then you take your paper slides right in there. I'm going to do paper for journaling over here on this side. And this is where I'm going to do something from my Cricut. I'm going to do all kinds of stuff from my Cricut. Anyway, I'll show you. If you don't have a Cricut, that doesn't matter. For your page and a half, you can embellish it in lots of different ways. Paper packs these days come with all the pop-outs and the letters and stuff that come with that you could embellish this part with. So, or you could cover that with paper also. You could journal, you could do so many different things. So I want to talk about the page format really quickly. So when you open the purse, you can work, the holes are going to be here, and this one's going to flip, the photo slips right in the little corner there. The holes are here. This one's going to flip this way. I hope I'm in the picture. Okay? So my pages are coordinating. And I've done the little corners all the way through. See? So on my last page here, I've not done the corner, and I want to talk about that. I also want to talk about the punch. On my pages, whichever is your front, I took my 1 inch. I just stick it right in here. I eyeball it, but you certainly can mark the center and just give it a punch, because you want a place to easily slide your tag in. Okay, and so the other thing I want to talk about, excuse me, is the corner pieces. I made a stencil, so they're all the same size. I've made a few here. I'm going to go right there. I wanted to talk about how you put the score tape on. This is what you don't want to do. You don't want to leave a piece of your corner undone. You want to actually overlap. And then let's just go ahead and do this. See how that overlaps? You can trim that off. I fold it back over because this corner snags as you pull your tag in and out if you have not reinforced it very well. So it just is a good idea to overlap and fold that back on itself. And that way your tag will be down really good on the corners so it doesn't snag when you stick it in and you try, because you have this side also. See? Catch right there on that. So you want that to be down really good. Okay, so there's our page assembly. Now I'm working this way, but you certainly can work this way and flip this way. So I'm doing them in both formats, but I like this way. My words will be across here that I'm going to cut out with my Cricut. And when you fold down, the journaling will be here. So very, very sweet. And then when you pull it out, you've got a big photo here and a smaller size photo here that also fits in this way. So lots of room for photos here. I think we'll probably be about out of time, and I will come back to talk about the cover some more. Okay, keep scrapping.